What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet again another video. And today, I can't believe it, is marks a year since the PlayStation 5 Pro released. Here's the PS5 Pro controller that came with the PS5 Pro. My PS5 Pro is behind the camera, so I'm not gonna lift that thing up right now. But today we're essentially gonna give a review on the PS5 Pro, because I don't believe I made a review of the PS5 Pro, which is something that I wanted to do but lost track of times. So we're doing it now. I think this is the best time to do it, because I feel like this is like the best time to do an official review of the PS5 Pro, and having it, which is so crazy, a year later, I can now give you guys a year's worth of review on the PS5 Pro, which is like, it's insane to say that this thing came out a year ago. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday, the reveal, and us talking about it and us having cool coverage. So yeah, I first off want to say thank you guys for all the support you guys been showing on the PS5 Pro videos, and we're not going to stop. We're going to continue going, and every time there's a PS5 Pro game enhanced, I got you guys covered, and we'll also do more. Before I get started, let me know, do you guys, in the comment section down below, do you guys want me to play some other games that I haven't shown off on the PS5 Pro? I know it's been out for a year, but if you guys would like me to still do it, like Red Dead and stuff like that, definitely let me know, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. Right? So the PS5 Pro is now a year old, and we're gonna go ahead and do the good and the bad of the PS5 Pro. So the PS5 Pro is a great machine. It's a powerhouse of a machine, and that was pretty much the showcase of what this thing can do. A lot of people don't understand this, especially if you don't have a PS5 Pro. They titled this thing as a machine that can run games at high frame rates while keeping high fidelity, and that's exactly what the PS5 Pro offers. Games, right away you'll be able to tell the difference from how smooth they are, how clear the picture quality looks. It is truly an upgrade compared to the base PS5. And yes, I have both the Xbox Series X and the base PS5 at launch, and I can definitely say that the PS5 Pro truly gives a new upgrade look on to these games, especially with the games that have a PS5 Pro enhancement. There's upgrades everywhere. Not only do you get upgrades for PS5 games and, you know, PS5 Pro enhanced games, but even PlayStation 4 games. Yes, PS4 games, pretty much all of the PS4 games. I know like there's like a whole bunch, like there's a list. I think there's very few games that don't get a little enhancement from the PS5 Pro, but pretty much most of the big games that are on PS4 have PS5 Pro enhancements to them, where you turn on the PS4 Pro mode on the menu of the PS5 Pro, and you'll be able to get a sharper, cleaner image on PS4 games, and even stable frame rates at times too. So you know, we tested it out with some PS4 games, and you can definitely tell how sharper the image is and how clean everything looks compared to if you were to just play it on PS4 or on your base PS5. You truly see a sharper, cleaner image on the PS5 Pro. A few other details that I really like about the PS5 Pro is the exclusive dynamic background that PS5 Pro owners get for purchasing a PS5 Pro. I really do love the look of the dynamic background. I think it looks really cool, and it's exclusive to PS5 Pro owners, so that's a nice little perk to have. Another thing that I really like about the PS5 Pro is the PlayStation Portal. This thing is already really good. It just got an update yesterday. If you have the PlayStation Plus, you know, premium, you can stream your games without even needing to turn on your PlayStation console. And on PS5 Pro, if you play games using your PS5 Pro, they get a better image quality. You know, especially since the PS5 Pro first came out, people were doing tests on the PlayStation Portal, and yeah, the image quality, the performance is a lot cleaner compared to if you were to be streaming it from your base PS5. So PS5 Pro is also helping its accessories like the PlayStation Portal, which is definitely another plus to have if you have a PlayStation Portal as well. The design of the console is great. I love the sleek design. I love how it's smaller than the base PS5 and lighter. The base PS5, I remember when once it first came out at launch and I did an unboxing of it, it was crazy. I was not expecting this thing to be as big as it is, and the PS5 Pro is a lot smaller and compact, and it's just a lot easier to just put on your desk compared to the big PS5 that we got at launch. Also like the clean aesthetic look on it with like the 3 little, whatever you want to call it, ridges on in the middle of it. It really gives it a nice clean look, and you can tell it's like a futuristic upgrade compared to the base model that already looked futuristic and really cool. But you know, the PS5 Pro really gives it a nice look. I'm a huge fan of the fact that we get 2 terabytes of storage on the PS5 Pro at launch compared to the 1 terabyte, which also got cut down a little bit because of, you know, other storage with the base PS5. So the 2 terabytes of storage, in my opinion, is perfect. I don't really keep a whole bunch of games. I keep like some games that like I always play, and then some other games that like I always like to jump in here and there on my PS5 Pro. So having to get 2 terabytes of storage definitely helps me out a lot, because I can just keep my games and I rarely have to delete games, because all the games that I really want to play, I can play. Games that I want to test out for you guys on videos, I can download those while having the main games that I always play on my console. So I absolutely love the fact that we get that extra storage, and that helps me out a lot. So I'm really hoping that we can get that in the PS6 as well. 2 terabytes is literally a must-have. Like 1 terabyte is not enough no more. It's crazy to even say that. Back in the day, 1 terabyte, if you had 1 terabyte, you're good to go. Nowadays, 1 terabyte is nothing at all. So 2 terabytes of storage, really good. The PlayStation 5 Pro is also a very quiet console. The base PS5 was quiet as well, but I feel like the PS5 Pro is always quiet. You know, obviously when you boot it up, it's gonna make a little bit of noise as it's powering on, but then after that, it is as quiet as a mouse. You do not hear it at all for the rest of your gameplay session. And I know some people might have had, you know, noise issues with their base PS5. My base PS5 always stayed quiet, but the PS5 Pro for sure is super quiet. Like you do not hear it once you turn on your game. So that's another plus compared to what we had with the PS4. Now, as a PC gamer, you know, this is my first Pro console. I never got the PS4 Pro, and I'm just so pleased at the fact that coming from a PC gamer that has a RTX 4090, can play games at high resolutions, high frame rates, to be able to go to my console where a game might not be on my PC yet, or I just want to play on my console, the fact that I can just play a game at 4K or a high frame rate or a high fidelity while also getting a stable 60 FPS or up to 120 FPS, it's magical. I love it. The smooth transition of going from my PC to my PlayStation 5 Pro and still getting a great performance. It is the most satisfying thing ever. And that's all I wanted for this console, and I got it. And that's why I cannot complain about this console at all. I mean, you guys see it. I have a whole playlist covering a whole bunch of games on my PlayStation 5 Pro from launch up until now and more. And when I played Spider-Man 2, I was just so pleased. The fact that the game looked so clean, felt so smooth, and I'm getting the base PS5 fidelity while running the game at a 60 FPS, boom, like I couldn't believe it. It felt crazy, and that's exactly what I want out of this console. And as Sony advertised it, I got exactly what they advertised, and it is great. I'm so happy that we got that. Games like Call of Duty are much more stable compared to how they play on the base PS5. The frame rate stays at the higher frame rates, and the resolution is nice and crisp. Same with Battlefield 6 as well. Battlefield 6 feels incredibly smooth, unbelievably smooth on the PS5 Pro, and I played it on my 4090 where it feels smooth as well. But I can jump from my PC to my PS5 Pro and not feel like I'm being handicapped. Yes, I will say obviously the visuals are not as good as a PC. I'll always keep it real. It's still a console at the end of the day, but the performance and what you're getting for a console it's unbelievable, and I'm super satisfied with it. No regrets on that part. And that's all because of PSSR, which gives us an enhancement. It's pretty much like FSR essentially, where we can have a higher resolution while getting a high FPS, and all because of PSSR. And it's amazing because it's the PS5 Pro is essentially what the PS5 was advertised as at launch. You know, we were expecting to play games at 4K 60, and yes, some games had a 60 FPS but lower resolution. Now we don't have to be, you know, hurt by picking, do we choose performance or fidelity mode. PlayStation has its own PS5 Pro mode, which gives us the best of both worlds. And there's sometimes games that have their own Pro version, which gives even higher resolution, higher graphic fidelity, and you can see all the small details of the game while giving us a lower frame rate, but it's still going to look better than the base PS5. So you still have that option too. But for the most part, you're always going to get a higher frame rate, higher resolution compared to the Xbox Series X and the base PS5. And with PSSR, we're also expected to see a new update for PSSR for current PlayStation 5 Pro users. So if you have a PS5 Pro right now, or you plan on getting one, next year there's going to be a huge PSSR upgrade that's going to give us even better performance, even better visuals with PSSR, and it's all going to be updated for PS5 Pro users, which I'm excited for. And I really hope that it makes a difference. I really hope that we do see another update, because, you know, we didn't get it at launch. So because of that, and I know technology is always advancing, and I'm also put this in my highlighted notes, but once it does come out, hopefully we do see another big enhancement on games that we didn't see at launch. Who knows? And I can't wait for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. As soon as that update gets announced and is out, I will be covering games as well with the PSSR, you know, 2 update or whatever. And this is a clear example of what we can expect for the PlayStation 6. You know, Xbox, the Xbox Raw Ally X is over there. We pretty much know what their next generation console is going to be. It's going to be similar to the Xbox Raw Ally X, where it's going to be a PC hybrid with a console hybrid mixed together. And the PS6 is essentially going to be the PS5 Pro, but better. We're going to have PSSR even more powerful, and I think it's just going to stick to being a console. I don't think you're going to be able to play any PC games, but games should look really good and be able to perform at high resolutions and high quality. So we're getting a taste of what the PS6 is going to be like, especially since you kind of get like PC options as well with games like Spider-Man. You can change the ray tracing settings to medium, low, or high. It's kind of crazy. Like, we're slowly getting into that PC level of tweaking of the settings with the PS5 Pro. So I'm definitely expecting that to be in the PlayStation 6 as well. So time will tell, but hey, we get a clear look at what the PS5 Pro can offer. Now let's get into the bad part of the PS5 Pro. Now, I actually have more goods than bads, which is a good thing. I was really trying to think of like the bad things for the PS5 Pro. That's why let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think is a bad for you guys or good for you guys? That way, you know, you can tell the community as well your thoughts of the PS5 Pro. I definitely want to hear your thoughts of the PS5 Pro in the comment section down below, okay? Now for the bad, instantly off rip is the price increase. Now for me, this isn't really a factor to be worried about. For me, I got it day one, so it was what, $700 at launch, and well, almost $800 because I had to buy the accessories, which we'll get into up next. But I got it at a cheaper price compared to how it is now. I know there was like a sale going on for the PS5 Pro, so if you got it during its sale, you pretty much got the best price. But now if you're like waiting to get a PS5 Pro, yeah, it costs what, $750 now, so you're gonna spend definitely $800 after tax and the accessories with it. So that does suck for the people that don't have one, so I have to put that in the review. But for me, I'm not really tripping about the price. I already bought the console a year ago. the $800 is over with now at this point, and I got it at a good price at the time essentially, so can't complain about that. Okay, next up is the accessories that come with the console, or that should come with the console. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the fact that you have to purchase the stand. The PS5 Pro, the base PS5 I meant, came with the stand already, came with the disc drive. You just hooked it up and played. Now with the PS5 Pro that costs $700, now $750, you have to buy the stand separately, which is another 34 bucks, and then you also have to buy the disc drive. Now that sucks. Like, why does the disc drive not come with the console? I think that definitely should have happened. It should have definitely been included with the packaging. For $750, you should be getting premium stuff like that, you know? And it's just a showcase of the future that they're really trying to push digital gaming. If you guys know, if you guys are OG of the channel, you guys know pretty much JECS Gaming started off as an unboxing channel. Like, I love physical media. I don't want it to die. I love physical gaming. And though I am starting to become more digital, I always support physical when I can, especially for big games. I always try to buy, you know, big games physically as well. But yeah, I'm not a big fan that you have to buy both of those separately when they should just come attached to the console off rip. And hopefully with the PS6, we don't even need a stand for it, because I know with the PS5 you need that stand, especially if we're gonna have it vertically. So hopefully with the PS6, the way they have it designed, you don't need one. Like the Xbox Series X doesn't need a stand. It already has a stand attached to it, stays in place all its lifetime, so it's perfect. So hopefully PS6 does not have a stand, and it just works perfectly fine. And I think we already know it. The PS6 is probably going to be an all digital console as well, and we're going to have to buy another disc drive with it. And I doubt the disc drive that's on the PS5 Pro will work on the PS6, so we're going to have to buy another one. And that was what, $70 back then, so who knows how much it's going to cost now. Is it going to be $100? Like, it's just stuff like that is what worries me, because once the PS6 launches, you know everything's gonna sell out right away. So is this gonna sell out too? We don't know. So that's one big gripe that I have. I think like that's one of my main gripes, that you're spending all this money for a premium console and you're not even getting the accessories that are pretty much needed for the console. So hopefully they can get that underway. And also you need an internet connection to hook up the disc drive once you first set it up, which does suck as well. I wish, you know, games just play natively, but hey, I mean, that was years ago. So at this point, you pretty much have to have an internet connection to play these games and stuff. So that's one of my major big gripes. Another thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is that a lot of different publishers and game companies aren't taking advantage of the PS5 Pro. There's still games that are coming out now that don't have PS5 Pro enhancements, so it's like they're just coming out, and sometimes without games having a PS5 Pro enhancement, the PS5 Pro's power still gives it a slight advancement when it comes to performance. But for the most part, games don't really get that big of an upgrade, which does suck. I wish that, hopefully in the coming future, in the coming year, especially with the new PSSR update, a lot more publishers, a lot more games take advantage of the PS5 Pro, because it does suck, when you get a PS5 Pro and a game that you're looking forward to doesn't have a PS5 Pro enhancement. So that's one thing. And another is the fact that there's games that have PS5 Pro enhancements that perform worse than the base PS5. I believe Metal Gear Solid did. So that was crazy. Metal Gear Solid Delta. So that was kind of weird and crazy, but I think it got fixed now. But the fact that that even happens is ridiculous. And a couple small updates that I want to give on the bad is I wish we got a new DualSense controller. I remember back when the PS4 Pro came out, the light bar was different, and we got like a small little tweak to the DualSense controller, or DualShock controller. It would have been nice if the DualSense got a nice little upgrade as well, or if we got like a new Pro controller with the PS5 Pro. I think that would have been really cool. Instead, we got pretty much the same DualSense that we got with the base PS5. So I mean, it's cool. But I wish we still got an updated DualSense, because I think that would have been nice. I still haven't even used this, the one that I got at launch. I still barely used it. I think I used it like a couple times, but don't really plan on using it much unless I need it. And like I said earlier in the video, I just wish that we don't have to wait for the next PSSR update, because you know, this generation is already almost over, which is crazy to say, and we still have to wait for the update. Yes, I know technology is always advancing, so hopefully once we do get the PSSR update, we can truly see a nice little update available for our PS5 Pros, and we can really see the enhancements, especially on games that we already played. I would love to revisit Spider-Man 2 or Ratchet and Clank and see the cool enhancements. I love how Last of Us Part 2 looks on the PS5 Pro and how it feels as well. So we'll see, time will tell, and I can't wait for that PSSR update, most importantly. And pretty much just some key highlights that I want to mention is, you know, we're going to see the true power of the PS5 Pro soon with games like Intergalactic, Wolverine, whatever other PlayStation Studio game is going to come out with in the coming future, you know, Saros. I'm excited to see it. GTA 6 on the PS5 Pro. I really hope, like, that's what is going to be like the make or break for a lot of people. Is GTA 6 going to have a PS5 Pro enhancement on the PS5 Pro? I really hope it does, to really solidify the purchase. Me, I'm already satisfied with the purchase, so if GTA 6 doesn't get a PS5 Pro enhancement, with how demanding that game's gonna already be, I'll be understanding of it and I won't trip about it. But if we do get a PS5 Pro enhancement specifically for GTA 6, that's the cherry on top, and I'll be super excited about that. And revisiting games like, you know, the launch games like Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know, was a really cool trip down memory lane playing those games on the PS5 Pro with their enhancements, and games like Demon Souls and all the other games that came out, Ratchet and Clank. It was really cool to be able to play some of the launch games from the PS5, from the base PS5, and playing them on the Pro and seeing how great they feel and look. And it's really cool. I really do like this machine a lot. And I just hope that we get more PS5 Pro updates when it comes to games. I know recently I just made a video on it. Death Stranding Director's Cut got a PS5 Pro enhancement. Though it was small, we still got, you know, an enhancement. So I'll always take that. And I really hope that we get more enhancements throughout the year, especially with the new PSSR and all these other games coming out. So a lot to look forward to. Overall, I'm very pleased. 1 year later with the PS5 Pro, like I said, you guys saw the complaints. I have more good news about the PS5 Pro than bad news, and I think it's worth it. Now, do I think it's for everybody? No. I've said this since launch. I don't think the PS5 Pro is needed. If you have a base PS5, you know, you're a casual gamer, or you know, you just play on a TV, don't really care about frame rates, don't really care about resolutions, then no, it's not worth $700. You know, at this point, it's if you're fine with just what you have, then just stick with the base PS5. But if you care about new technology, if you care about better performance, better visuals, better graphics, you know, if you're a Call of Duty player and you want the best performance possible without having a PC, the PS5 Pro is the place to, you know, to do it. So overall, I love my PS5 Pro. I do not regret purchasing this for $700 a year ago, and I'm now introduced into pro gaming. So what does that mean? The next Xbox, if there's an Xbox Pro, I'll get it. If there's a PS6 Pro, which there most definitely will be, I'm definitely gonna be getting that day one, no matter what. If there's a ROG Ally X Pro, whatever, I'll get that. Like, I really love technology and how the advancements are, and it's super fun and interesting just to check out at launch. And you know, it creates memories. You know, I have some great memories with the launch of my PS5 Pro, and I'm very satisfied with my purchase, you know, especially as a PC gamer. Like, remember, like, I'm a PC gamer first, and being able to play these games at, you know, high frame rates and resolutions is just amazing. So that's pretty much it, guys. Do you guys think the PS5 Pro is worth it a year later? Definitely let me know in the comment section down below, and also let me know what you guys like and don't like about the PS5 Pro, and do you plan on getting one, or you're just gonna stick with your base PS5? Definitely let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. I know it's a pretty long video, but had to give you guys the year update on the PS5 Pro. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm signing out. Peace.